Okay, we're recording. Hey everybody, I'm Christy Jordan, southernplate.com, and this is, I don't know, someday in June, part of my vlog every day in June challenge that I issued to food bloggers on southernplate.com. And today I'm still in the middle of my the technology's rage against me is what it feels like. New computer hasn't shipped yet. I'm trying today. Yesterday's video looked really wonky when I put it on YouTube. So today I'm trying to record this on an iPad, so we'll see how that works. Today's question is, have you had any major cooking fails? Now, as far as what most people think of a fail as like something that just complete disaster, I really haven't had any significant cooking fails, but I've had other cooking fails that I still, it involves cooking and it was a fail, so I thought I'd tell you about some of those. Let's see. Okay, the first one that I was thinking of is when I used to record a weekly television segment in my kitchen, and it was for a local TV station. And the first one that ever came to my house to record, I had everything thought out, everything put together, or so I thought. I start making it live on camera. I'm making banana pudding. And as I cracked my first egg, I realized I don't have a trash can near me. I don't have anywhere to put this eggshell. You know, I had my counter all arranged and cleared off and everything. And so I just immediately threw it in the floor, kept going, pretending there was a trash can there. The entire segment I pretended there was a trash can there. When I was done, there was eggshells, egg goo, bananas, I mean, all kinds of mess on my floor. It just went over fine. So now I always have a trash can. Another thing I always have when I do TV is, and if you don't do food TV, you don't know this, but when you go to do a live TV segment, you send them notes ahead of time. And like the Today Show, there's a way you write these notes. And usually a recipe is at least a page of notes. And it's not even the recipe. It's just the notes. And you list every single little thing you want on set. Every single little thing. Like if you need a slotted spoon, you have to list a slotted spoon. Sometimes they even want you to be as particular of how long is the handle? Is it going to be a wood spoon? Do you want a metal spoon? This, you know, you have to list every single little thing you need. And if you're bringing anything, you have to go ahead and list that and say, you know, I'm bringing this, you know. So in my instructions, always, no matter what I'm making, I put that underneath the counter, within reach, I want a damp dish towel and a dry dish towel. I want a fork and a large spoon. And those, if you have those four things, you can pretty much get by with anything, no matter what comes at you, you know. So that was my first cooking fail. My second cooking fail was one time when I was at Paula Dean's house filming. We were making my Mama Reed's Vanilla wafer cake, and I'll put a link probably down here somewhere so y'all can click and get that recipe. If you have not made Mama Reed's vanilla wafer cake, I just don't know how far I would really be willing to trust you in life if you haven't. I'm just kidding, but it is that good. And so we were making it and we're filming and everything, and you try to get everything on the first take, because you know there's people working and stuff, and if you screw up, it takes everybody longer. So you try to be on top of your game and do your job right. And everything was going perfectly, and I go to take the cake to put it in Paula's oven, and I just had to stop because she had some fancy oven. I had no idea how to open her oven. It was some kind of a wall oven, and it had like two handles on it, but it was a really weird door thing. Basically, it was just out of my price range, so I didn't know how to operate it. But anyway, so then we had to stop, and they showed me how to open the oven and tried it. You know, I tried it a time or two. So we go back and we start again, and now I know how to open the oven. But, and I thought this was so gracious. It was so kind of her. As Paula says, here honey, let me get that oven door for you. Sometimes these things are tricky. And she goes right ahead and opens the door for me so I can put the cake in. Now, isn't that sweet of her? She's a very gracious, good-hearted, kind lady. She's always been very kind to me, good to me. So the other, which I don't know that I wouldn't, my dogs are playing on the deck, so, and I'm not used to this, I keep looking over here. So if I'm looking over here, I'm trying to look at y'all, but I'm looking at the wrong thing. My dogs are playing, so that's why the camera's shaking a little. The other, I don't know that it was really a cook and fail, but I was doing a series of videos for Southern Living, and you have to be, you know, in those videos, it was very non-scripted, and that's what I do best. And so I was just kind of talking about the recipe and stuff. Well, it was, one of the recipes was shrimp scampi. And if you've watched my other videos, you know that I don't eat seafood. I mean, I do when I have to, but it's not a choice. I would never purposefully eat seafood. I mean, you know, it's nasty. I don't like it. And it's okay. Everybody likes different things. It's okay. So they wanted me to talk, oh, this is good. You know, you're supposed to always taste the dish at the end and everything. But I got around that. So we're filming and stuff, and I said, I cannot wait for my husband to taste this dish. He is going to love it. Because he does like shrimp, which I've never made him shrimp. He married the wrong person. Sorry. So those are my cooking fails. I'm going to go ahead and answer another question in case technology just decides to completely, you know, explode on me tomorrow. The next question is, what was the first thing you remember cooking and how old were you? The first thing I remember making was peach crisp, and I was 3 years old. And I have that recipe on Southern Plate. I also have the Mama Reed's vanilla wafer cake on Southern Plate. Peach crisp, it's one of those simple ones. Mama would just open a can of peaches and put in a bowl, and she would put all the ingredients for the topping, and I would be the one that would stir them up and sprinkle them over the peaches. And I was always very proud of that. And then at supper, Mama would say, Christy made the peach crisp, isn't it good? Don't you? You know, and she would just brag on me and stuff, and I was just so proud because I thought I was just a really big cook, you know. And I would sit at the table and do that while Mama would put the whole supper together, and she'd be busy working and stuff. And I think she really probably started me cooking just to get me out of her hair, to give me something to do, because I was always tagging along trying to be helpful. And you know, I'm sure Mama can only take so much of me being helpful at the age of 3 years old. So those are my 2 questions for the day. Y'all be sure and check out everybody else's videos. Look in the comments below this, and you'll see people that have linked to their videos, and it's really interesting getting to know them and some of the things they're posting. I heard from T.R. Crumbly yesterday. I heard from Constance Smith and Whitney from Come Home for Comfort. Connie's from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and their links are all below too, so y'all be sure and check them out. Today, you know, yesterday I shared a little bit of scripture with you, and today I want to do that too. And I had some emails from people who said that that was very encouraging, that they really needed to hear that and stuff. And you know, when I share encouragement with you, I'm sharing it because it's something that I need at the time too. And so I'm finding things that are encouraging me, and then I'm sharing them and hope they'll be encouraging to you. So, one of the things that I came across yesterday, and I've recently, and I'm going to try to be brief here. And listen, somebody posted on my Facebook page yesterday, I posted how grateful I was that God would never leave us, and He would never leave us alone, and that He was our Father. And I had, you know, chime in if you're my brothers or sisters, and I had a lot of wonderful people chime in. And one lady, I'm sure she's a very kind lady. Okay, I'm sure she's a very kind lady. Her comment was, I came here for the recipes, not the religion. Despite that, I'm sure she's a very kind lady. She just felt the need to tell me that, and thank you so much. I do so love it when y'all decide to share opinions like that with me. When you see something and you only have something negative to say about it, but then you take time out of your day to share that negative thought with people and just spreading your little whatever it is in the world. And y'all, I'm being sarcastic, and by saying y'all, I'm not talking to you. But you know, that's how Facebook is. That's how the internet is. And people just feel the need. People don't have a filter anymore. Have you noticed that? I mean, the wisest people I know are the ones who actually have a filter and actually have some thoughts that remain in their head. Most of our thoughts do not have any business coming out of our mouth. And when you get, I found that the thoughts that you give voice to are the thoughts that you fertilize and encourage. And so if you give voice to positive and encouraging and wise and well thought out thoughts and well placed words, then that's what eventually comes to take up the majority of the space in your mind. And it makes life a lot easier. And I'm saying this from personal experience, having been an extremely negative person before. Once I started filtering what came out of my mouth, you know, they say the mouth, the tongue is the rudder that steers the ship, and it really, really, truly is. But I told her, I said, I'm sorry, I can't be one without the other. No, I didn't say I'm sorry. I said I can't be one without the other. No apologies, but you're still welcome at my table. Pretty sure she left the page yesterday, and that's okay. So I just wanted to let you know that, this is who I am. And daily, I'm trying to walk closer with God. I'm trying to follow closer with God. I need God more every day. And every good thing I have in my life is a direct result of God's grace and His blessing. And so, if you find that offensive, there are two choices. You can be unoffended. You can like the same. You can get glad in the same pants you got mad in, or bye. That's it. So I hope you stay around. I have no problem with people who believe differently, who have different religions, different views. I have no problem with that. That's what makes life interesting, and I enjoy having friendships from people. I do. Now, my friends are wise people. I like, if you're wise and you're kind-hearted, and you don't even have to be really wise. I've been pretty stupid in my life, but you know what I mean. If you're good-hearted, I love everybody. And so, I welcome you, and I enjoy you being here. But I just wanted to lay it on the line that that's who I am, and that's what you're going to get here. And so no one should be surprised. There's no surprises. No surprises. Okay, so I found a couple things yesterday. One of the things that I really liked, and you need to read Isaiah, especially right now. Now, listen to me. If you start reading Isaiah, living in 2015 United States, the first half, you can be very unsettled. Keep reading through, because it gets, But in Isaiah 43, now thus saith the Lord, who created you, O Jacob, he who formed you, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name, and you are mine. Okay. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. Think about all the fires in our lives that we have to walk through. Think about when we feel like suddenly everything's fine, and suddenly we find ourselves in the middle of a gushing river. The waters will not overwhelm you. The fire will not consume you. For I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. I give Egypt as your ransom, Cush and Seba in exchange for you, because you are precious in my eyes and honored, and I love you. Anyway, okay, so that's it. I know I really hadn't planned on my food blogger videos being so scripturally based. But, I just share with you the things that I need to hear, and it is what it is. So, no apologies. You shouldn't be surprised. Anyway, so y'all check out, it's frosty, but this is a custom-made Tervis I had made for myself. This is right after I broke my legs. I actually was still wearing a brace, and so I had to go, and I was on using a walker and stuff, so I had to go sit down, and then Ricky would give me my boots, and I would put them on the pictures. And then there's me and Ricky. There's us. And the verse I put on it is, God places the lonely in families. He sets the prisoners free and gives them joy. And that's Psalm 68:6. And I put that in my last book. I think it was in the dedication at the very beginning. God places the lonely into families. So anyway, I will holler at y'all later. It's 14 minutes long. I meant for it to be short. I feel like I've been too sharp in this video, too opinionated. So, but y'all are helping me relax with that stuff. I try not to be, I try to always show grace. But it's just a matter of dealing with the internet. Oh, and that's nothing, honey. That is nothing. Nothing. She was very kind. I mean, I think it's, a lot of people are unable to hold in their thoughts, and I understand that. My phone is ringing. Who is it? Hey, I'm sorry. That was, my sister called, And I thought I recorded a short ending real quick, and then I turned out I didn't. So here's my ending. So I am sorry if I ended up being a little harsh in this video. I do have opinions, and when you do daily videos, you're going to hear a little more about it. You're going to hear a little more of those, a little less filtered. I am somebody who does try to, I do, you know, I understand that a lot of people are unable to filter their thoughts, and if they have a thought or opinion, they are compelled to share it anytime, every time. I understand that. I mean, I personally hope I'm never like that. I am very, very controlled of my tongue. That's said in the Bible over and over and over and over and over and over. A wise man controls his tongue, and I hope to be, I'm always aspiring to be a wise person, and sometimes I fail, but in general, you're not going to see me, you've never seen me go on my Facebook page and just opinions like a lot of people do on Facebook. So anyway, I'm going to go and try to get this put up. My friend Connie from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, I'm going to meet her in just a minute. She's borrowing something from me, and I think I'm going to try to go. So I've got Katie and Sarah Jane here today, and I'm really wanting to try to surprise them today. I don't know if I'm going to though. Trying to set up if I need to spend the money, but they have these dolls that are like American Girl dolls at Target, and they've got ones that look kind of like the two of them, and they're like $20 each. I'm thinking about sneaking and trying to get them each one today as a little, well, as a special summer treat. I don't know. They love playing dolls so much, and they've never had an American Girl doll or anything like that, and I mean, we had an American Girl store just open up, which is awesome. And I'm not stepping foot in that place because I think if you walk through the door, boom, your credit card's charged like $500. I mean, it's outrageous. So I just thought I might do that as a treat. Also, our pool that we put up last weekend, I'm gonna let them swim in it tomorrow. I've been trying to let it get warm up and stuff. And it's still it's a little chilly today, but I think tomorrow it won't be warm, but it'll be enough where they can handle it. So we're excited about that. And then Brady and I, I'm fixing to go set him up. He's wanting to take some more computer coding classes this summer. He does that at home. There's this website called lynda.com, and so I got to go set him up. I told him I would buy him a membership for the next 2 months if he would take the classes, the coding classes. So they're just having fun today, and I'm excited. We'll see. I'm going to try to get my kitchen cleaned up. Every day, I'm going to try to get my kitchen cleaned up. I'm going to try to get my kitchen cleaned up. And then once my kitchen's cleaned up, what happens? I'm going to try to get my kitchen cleaned up again. I need a self-cleaning kitchen. I know, I'm the self that cleans the kitchen. I get it. So y'all have a great day. I love you very much, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.